Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, as we continue highlighting you on the latest with Chelsea transfer news. Today we are going to talk about Eden Hazard's decision on his future, plus his links to Chelsea. We will later on look at the latest on Chelsea's mass clearout, with Saudi clubs playing a big role in the transfer market for Chelsea. We will analyze the moves of Kanté, Hakim Ziyech, Edouard Mendy, and Kalidou Koulibaly. But before we dive into things, do this channel a favor by hitting that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so as not to miss out on an important notification. Without boring you, let's dive straight into it. Our first story for the day will be about Eden Hazard. Chelsea great Eden Hazard has opened up on the next chapter of his career after leaving Real Madrid. The 32-year-old only managed 7 goals for the club after moving in 2019 for a fee that rose to around £125 million. His tally of 4 league goals in 4 seasons sums up his plight perfectly after injuries left the Belgium star stranded on the sideline for much of his final 2 years. With just 194 minutes of La Liga action last season, he decided to cut his 5-year deal at Santiago Bernabéu short. Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo and Federico Valverde all became preferred options under Carlo Ancelotti, and the dribbling demon that the Premier League witnessed in his last season in England was rarely seen in Spain during a torrid spell. With ongoing fitness problems and still time left to go in his career, Hazard has now spoken out over what is to come. He had been reportedly close to calling it a day shortly after announcing that he would not be remaining at Real Madrid past this season. There were also links during the World Cup in Qatar, his last as a Belgian player after the captain retired from international football, to a move to America and MLS. This is yet to take any true shape, but Hazard is still keen to get back out onto the pitch. "I still feel capable of being a professional footballer, my body can take it," he told Belgium's RTBF. "I've been resting for 2 or 3 years, so I still have a bit of energy." Hazard missed 78 games through injury during his time in the Spanish capital and was condemned to consistently being ruled out throughout, playing little part in the side that reached the Champions League semi-final in 2021, the winners in 2022 or semi-final again last season. It will be interesting to see Hazard on a blue shirt, with his name already in records as one of the best players ever in a Chelsea shirt, and in the Premier League as a whole. Hazard could bring the experience to the young team that Chelsea is now crafting under Mauricio Pochettino, without having to play many minutes, as injuries been his closest ally of late. We will wait for more updates on the player's future plans, and keep you updated. Chelsea have been dealt a great boost in their bid to sign Moises Caicedo, as well as completing other important pieces of business this summer. The Blues have made the 21-year-old one of their main priorities for the window, and see him as a primary target. After several bids were rejected by Brighton in the winter, it is expected that Chelsea will have to go beyond the £70 million mark, especially with a secret bid being made for the player last week that was once more sent back swiftly. As negotiations with Tony Bloom have tended to, this one looks set to stumble on, with Arsenal also remaining interested in the player. Whilst the Seagulls value their prize asset at over £100 million, and he did only sign a new long-term contract extension in March, there is hope that the price will be dropped. Chelsea are also exploring the chance of reducing the cost, with players going the other way in part exchange for Caicedo. Conor Gallagher is a player of interest to the South Coast side, as is Levi Colwill, but Mauricio Pochettino is keen that the 20-year-old defender will not be going anywhere. Colwill is seen as the future of the club's defense and has already seen 2 bids rejected out of hand. As the back and forth between the two clubs once more goes on for another summer, there is still a positive to take for it all. Chelsea have already done a lot of the groundwork to sign Caicedo. After securing a first signing under Pochettino, with the teenage sensation of Kendry Páez being officially announced last month, talks and agreements have already been had with the same agent group as Caicedo's. Páez was initially speaking to Chelsea during Graham Potter's reign, but was only announced once Pochettino had arrived at the club. The 16-year-old Ecuador international will now spend the next 2 years back on loan at Independiente until he can join up with Chelsea after his 18th birthday. For £16 million it is quite the gamble to take, but Chelsea have already shown their willingness to do business in the youth department and are set to continue that. In relatively unknown striker Nicolas Jackson, they have set their sights on one of the most informed forwards in Spain. His £29 million release clause also makes for a cheap deal in the current market. Once more he shares the same agency group as Páez and Caicedo. With Jackson now set for a medical in London this week, he is gearing up to become the second new signing under Pochettino's watch and paves the way for Caicedo to follow. As a Senegal international, Jackson does not fit with the Ecuadorian midfield duo of Paez and Caicedo but has agreed terms through his agent, and once more the club's swift work is set to bring them rewards. Chelsea are now focusing their attention on first-team ready midfielders, with Caicedo at the forefront of their minds. If work with their other two early activities is anything to go by, it's a good sign. On other stories, Chelsea appear to have reignited their interest in Aurelien Tchouameni, a year after Real Madrid hijacked a move to sign the midfielder. The 23-year-old faces a somewhat uncertain future at the Santiago Bernabéu following the arrival of Jude Bellingham, who became the second most expensive signing in the club's history. Carlo Ancelotti will be treated to a wealth of midfield options next season, with Eduardo Camavinga and Federico Valverde also pushing for a place in the starting lineup. As a result, first-team minutes could be difficult to come by, and Chelsea seem eager to capitalize on the uncertainty which hangs over Tchouameni's future. According to Spanish outlet Sport, the Blues have already tabled an opening bid of €60 million, £51.4 million, for the France international this summer, but it was swiftly turned down. The report states that Chelsea are now considering whether or not to raise their offer to €80 million, £68.5 million, which could tempt Real Madrid. To finish things, let's look at news surrounding the outgoings of Hakim Ziyech, N'Golo Kanté, Edouard Mendy, and Kalidou Koulibaly. It is understood that the players mentioned above have secured their transfer to the Saudis League, which has helped Chelsea to do away with most of its deadwood players. According to Fabrizio Romano, both Mendy, Koulibaly and Hakim Ziyech have completed their move to the Saudi League pending final signatures to make the deals complete. Kanté was already announced by Al Ittihad, after securing a free transfer, due to failure for a green light with Chelsea. Saudi's favor for Chelsea's transfer market has since saw some rival clubs question Chelsea's deals with the Saudis League, as it seems to help Chelsea out of their mess easily and fast. Chelsea will be still expecting to find a solution for Lukaku, whom have made it clear that he has no intentions of joining the Saudi League, with only Inter in his mind. Inter aren't willing to meet Chelsea demands, which will make the negotiations an uphill task. On the other hand, clubs from Saudi League are making good offers for Lukaku, which are appealing to Chelsea FC. It will be upon the player to make his final call in this. That's all we had time for. Make sure to give us your thoughts and opinion at the comments section down below, to keep the conversation going on. If you loved the video, hit that like button, get us to 100 likes, turn on the notification bell for future latest updates, and don't forget to stay tuned for our next video. Thank you for watching this video till the end. And with that being said, this is Blue Chelsea TV, and I'll see you some other time with another transfer video here on our channel. Bye bye.